see a field of grass. I think I'm wearing a dress. The sky is blue. There are trees in the distance. I'm alone. I don't want to be alone.
What color is your dress?
Blue, white apron.
About what age?
Little girl. I think I want my father.
Does it feel as if your home is close by?
It's a cabin. Logs. He built it. There's a fire. We use it to cook. It's my job to take care of it.
Tell me about your family.
Mom's not there anymore.
What happened to your mother?
She died.
What does she call you?
Again.
Abigail. It's a beautiful name. Abigail, do you have any siblings?
Yes.
Tell me about your siblings.
They died too.
Did they die when your mother died?
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
We were baking. I left something by the fire. It caught a coyote. It burned our home. Father wasn't there. He comes back. I'm outside. The home is burned. I'm scared of my father. He's angry.
What does he do when he's angry?
He left. I don't know if he's coming back.
Is there anybody there to take care of you?
No.
So you're all alone. And be there now. We've arrived at another important day in the life of Abigail. What do you see?
Kids dancing. Lots of children. 2 are mine. Little girl, short blonde hair. A blue dress like the one I had. Little boy, taller than her, playing with lots of other children.
What's the occasion?
May Day. Celebrate spring and children play games.
Sounds like a lovely time.
Other adults are there. I love my children and they're happy, but I'm sad.
Why are you sad?
I don't know where my father is.
What happened?
We had to go somewhere. War, far away, by horse. Not across rivers or oceans. We don't know if he's coming back.
Moving forward once again in the life of Abigail to another important day.
I'm alone in our home. I'm on the bed. I was reading. It's what I do. He never came back. My children are older. They're gone. They have children.
Is there anybody with you?
My son, he's upset.
He's upset. Do you recognize his eyes?
They're my dad's. I cough and sputter. I'm tired.
As you look back at the life of Abigail in its entirety, tell me, what was the lesson in that life?
Strength, enduring,
Tell me, what was the purpose of this life?
move families forward. Life was for creating other lives. Bridging generations.
Take a big deep breath and tell me what you see.
Water, an ocean, reflected light through the water. Beings, tall, slender, blue, long arms and legs, 2 each.
Do they have fingers or digits?
3, tall, 7 or 8 feet. 2 in front of me, many around. It's a civilization in and around water.
What are you wearing?
Nothing.
Do you have the same type of body as these beings? Does it feel male or female or asexual?
Asexual. Also male. They want me to be a leader. I don't think I can. So I'm training.
And what happens during these trainings?
I get confused.
Are you in training to be a leader?
Yes.
What does the role of a leader look like?
I know who they are. That's it.
That's it. Do they have a special job?
I have to remember who they are and be that.
And that's it.
I feel alive. It's confusing. I just want to go back to the water.
Tell me, what will happen once you become a leader?
Shift. The galaxy is changing. For some reason it's important. There are lots of beings in training.
These beings are in training to be who they are. When they remember who they are, what will that do for the Earth?
You see light. The Earth is a the light force in the Earth changes. It shifts the whole galaxy.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Good. We've been in training for a long time.
What will happen after this training period is complete?
Shift. More light.
Why is that important?
The universe depends on a rotating structure. It requires transformation after transformation. We don't get to know what it looks like, but we know it has to happen or the universe can't continue. There's no fear. We know it will continue, the shift, but we're still afraid of failing. It's not fearful of the universe for the shift, it's fear for ourselves. It's shame. It's the battle we're fighting. Pain is a weapon. Malicious forces use shame as a weapon. We don't know what they want. We don't know what it will look like if they win.
Where does this malicious force originate from?
It's dark.
Tell me what these training exercises look like.
First we watch other people train. Beings forget the blue light.
And what makes them forget?
They go out into the darkness. They have to forget in order to play.
Is that part of the veil coming down at birth?
Yes.
And the darkness, would that be the darkness that's on the earth makes them forget?
It's all over. I can't see what it is. My leaders know, but I can't see it. I think it's part of the training.
So you watch others train.
First, when I train.
And what types of things do you do when you train?
So much.
So much.
We're training alongside beings that aren't in training. Those beings have things, feel things, and do things that we want while we're in training. The leaders say the training has to be harder.
Why is that?
Builds us, fortifies. We connect with beings who aren't in training. Their lives are hard too. They see the way we overcome, and it shifts them.
In the second lifetime you showed her, I'm assuming that's her other form. She was a water civilization. Can you tell me?
First form.
It's her first form? Is that what you said?
First form.
First form.
That's why she came here. Before it's been about parents. Now it's about the child. Laura's training. Her parenting is about giving the child the tools that she earned in clearing.
And this clearing, is that the graduation of the training, so to speak?
Yes.
Okay.
One level. Not done.
Moving up a grade. How does she let go of past loves so that she can move on? Forgive. How can she remove blocks around money and abundance and free herself from debt? Connecting to that consciousness of Laura's father, asking Laura to give permission to allow her father to speak through her.
Yes.
I'm going to count to 3. And on the count of 3, I'm going to tap the space between your brows. When I do that, I will immediately bring forth your father's voice to channel through you, so that you may hear the message that he needs to bring. Are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Give. Abundance is about service. Laura is the drop.
Laura's the drop.
Creates a ripple. The ripple moves out, hits the boundary, and comes back. I learned to ripple service, and I received as I gave.
You receive as you give.
But Laura misunderstood service. She thinks it's about struggle and sacrifice. It's about joy and love. Joy doesn't mean happiness. Joy means radiating purpose. Joy means presence and knowing. Joy means loving what you do, whether it's hard or pleasant. Laura needs to understand service beyond sacrifice. Laura needs to know that she's enough. If she listens, she'll hear.
Thank you so much for that. Laura's next question, she wants to know more about the parasitic construct and how it is affecting her.
And feed off of fear.
Uh-huh.
Watch what makes you afraid. There are patterns. There are addictions that feed your fear. It's okay to use some of these things, but Laura uses them too much. TV.
TV? Limit TV?
Yes. Not all TV. The kind of TV. The kind of videos.
The content?
Yes.
And what content is safe?
Content based in growth and joy. Get rid of scary content.
And why is that? Why do people enjoy that scary stuff?
It reminds us of past events.
Okay.
When it's not happening in our bodies, it's easier. We get to feel the things that we blocked ourselves from without it happening in our current structure.
Ah, that makes sense.
It feels like fun.
Uh-huh.
But that's okay. But we indulge, and it can create more fear.
Is there anything else that she should limit to protect herself from these parasitic constructs?
Certain foods. Laura needs to get to know her gut.
Is that different for everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
Now the biome is different.
Has it changed because of the shift?
Yes.
Is there any meats that she should avoid?
Pork. She likes bacon. Less. The type of meat matters.
The type of meat matters.
Where it came from.
And is that true for all food, vegetables as well as meat?
Yes. Laura can bless the food and help it. Laura can access things she's learned. She spent a long time studying so that she could access it for the shift. Laura needs to teach anything she wants to study. That's how she learns best. Laura's healing her gut for her mother. Laura's DNA holds wounds. All of our DNA holds wounds. Laura's trying to heal past DNA. She remembers the Cherokee in her.
How can Laura help her mother with this?
Heal herself.
Heal herself. And by doing that, that will heal her mother?
Yes.
Thank you.
Laura broke through a big wall in understanding what love really is. She was taught her whole life that God is love, and that the word God refers to a separate being, more powerful than her. Laura passed a test, learning that that's not true, that there is no ultimate truth.
Okay, next question. She wants a life partner. Is she meant to find one in this lifetime?
Yes.
How does she go about doing that?
Look for the ones that spark. Do the things that you love. Notice that you're drawing in soulmates again and again. If you keep doing what you love and recognizing your soul family without expectation, heal it. You keep blocking it by expecting. You create stories. You have to listen to hear who a being is. You haven't done anything wrong, but it's been challenging to detect your partner, to identify that your partners have not been your life partners because you create stories. This is part of your listening training. Remember that everyone is a reflection of yourself. If you want to learn to be a better listener to others, You have to sit and listen to yourself and nothing else. You know this already. What is blocking you from doing that every day is simply fear. The information we've given you on what to remove from your life will help you. Laura remembers being the Blue Being. She knows why she's here, but has always been afraid of this particular role. Because this time, she has to be the leader that she's been training to be. I see the Blue Beings in front of me again. The two of them. They're my leaders, guides.
Do they have names?
Yes. Zar. Simon.
Simon and Zar.
Part of Zora's training took on shame. Shame is a tool in our current structure.
How can we use shame in the way that it's needed?
It's a stress factor. It's something to push against and then break through. It's more satisfying this way. Think of Alan Watts. Laura loves his talk on the dream of life. She choreographed a piece about it. Laura needs to remember that without this shame, her training wouldn't be any fun. She needs to remember that it's fun to remove shame, and it's fun to help others remove theirs. Laura needs to speak on shame resilience to women, to everyone but to women. Laura's not been a woman like this before, not in the same way. It's a very different structure than any of her other lives, a very different body. She has charisma in this life, unlike any she's had in other lives. And it was a gift to help her be a speaker and to make friends. She's been lonely before and has felt lonely in this life, but this gift is helping her connect to many, many, many people, and that will continue. Her charisma is part of her tool for breaking through shame. Laura needs to listen to children before they're shamed. They'll teach her how to be. Go to Oregon Country Fair and dance. Go to places where people want to dance but are afraid and dance. Dance with children and you'll cultivate more skill with shame resilience. Appropriation as a point of challenge in conversation is just another way that shame is being used as a tool. Respect the cultures, but do not take on the shame that anyone else gives for expressing and practicing what you do. Laura's starting to understand her body as a talisman. Learn about magic. Don't be afraid because of things you've been taught about magic that you feel unfamiliar with. You're skilled already. You'll remember as you learn. Laura needs to keep studying.
All right, next question. How can she best serve humanity from now on?
We're taught that feeling too much is not okay. She knows that mental illness is not illness. She's always known that. Laura needs to talk about it. Laura needs to remember all the times that she's felt big feelings, whether she judged them as good or bad, whether people around her judged them as good or bad. Remember the way that other people reacted to big feelings. Laura's expressive, vibrantly expressive. Other people are uncomfortable with big expressive feelings. Laura needs to know that that's okay, and more than that it's important. Part of her training is to be a being that feels in a world that is cut off from feeling. More and more people are coming in who will feel the way she does. She's drawn to them. Those relationships are not easy. All of us carry shame. But not all family relationships are easy or happy. Abusive relationships don't mean that the other person is evil or shouldn't be in your life. Boundaries come with self-love. As Laura does the things that she loves more and more without fear of judgment, Laura will learn how to say yes and no appropriately. There will be other hard relationships to practice boundaries. Laura needs to not be afraid of hurting people. It's part of feeling. But Laura can learn to listen for when to put up the boundaries. But Laura needs to know now how to recognize the narcissists and sociopaths that come to her. She's starting to recognize something in their eyes. Look for their attention. When do they give their attention? And why? When you are hurting, do they give attention? If not, walk away. When you are happy, do they give attention? If not, walk away. They only give their attention when you are a tool for them, when you serve their needs and nothing else. Laura has a problem seeing other people as evil. She wants to only see light. People are not good or evil. People are. It's okay for Laura to recognize when a person is being evil to her and to express that. That's a boundary. It's okay for Laura to see people who are perceived as evil in the world as good, as long as she keeps her boundaries. Laura has a gift for seeing the best in people, but without boundaries, it has wounded her. What Laura wants is coming. It wouldn't be any fun if we gave her boundaries. Laura holds shame for those choices, but that shame is from others. Shame is not a natural feeling we feel. It's put on us. It didn't even come from human consciousness, from source consciousness. It came from outside. It came from that darkness. It's a weapon. It is unnecessary. She needs to work on building more shame resilience so that she can be ready for her child, who will be free of shame. Laura already knows she was Lemurian and drowned. She was consumed by ocean creature in another life and is afraid, but fascinated. She's known this. Don't be afraid. Go in the ocean. There's a relationship between the ocean on this planet and the blue beings. The blue beings have a name and they want to say it, but Laura can't let it come through because of shame.
Okay.
Maybe later. Look at the way that the light appears through the depths of the ocean, and you'll remember home. Study your natal chart. Notice the lack of water. That's a message to connect with it in the third dimension. You need it.
Is that true for all beings? What
Yes.
is the lack in their natal chart is what they need to focus and connect with?
It's what they should be drawn to in people, in elements on the earth, and in the messages that the elements carry. Water carries the message of emotion, of feeling. Laura knows fire and air.
What are those?
Passion and intellect.
And what about her?
Animal instinct, grounding, clarity. Laura has learned a very great deal, and it is different than what she was trained with as she began. It's time for Laura to put into practice every aspect of everything she's learned. The world is vast and varied for a purpose. It is okay to borrow. It is okay to take on that which fits. We've all been everything else before.